welcome to class. Thank you for joining me. Just my usual little blurb about just doing what's best for you, doing what feels safe in your body, and if you're unsure, then perhaps backing off. Okay, so let's start sitting or kneeling, whichever works for you, but just with a nice upright spine. And we'll just take a moment to settle in. So shutting down your eyes, making sure you are comfortable. Tuning into how your body feels. And how your breath feels. So just noticing inhales and exhales. And noticing the thoughts which are coming in and out of your mind. And just allowing them to pass through, to leave as easily as they come. And then as you are ready, just bring the hands to heart center, dropping the chin, and as you blink open the eyes, just allowing the eyes to receive what you can see rather than that sense of actively looking. And then coming back to your surroundings. So we're going to interlace the fingers and just take a bit of a wave through the wrists. So just starting to warm up the wrists, starting to warm up the upper body. And then changing direction. Great. And then turning the palms through, so pushing the heel of the hand away. You can drop the chin to the chest and push the middle of the back backwards, so we're kind of curving through the spine, hollowing out the belly, so drawing the abs in. And on an inhale, we're going to keep the hands interlaced, push them up towards the ceiling. See if you can pull the shoulder blades down. See if the arms will straighten today. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. Breath or two here. Then we're going to move on every breath. So every exhale, we're going to chin to chest, push the middle of the back backwards, push the hands forwards, and every inhale, taking the hands up towards the ceiling. Every exhale, push forward. Every inhale, push up. Anyone else need a lockdown haircut? Last one of these. And then inhaling. We're going to stay upright this time. Lengthen through the lower back and draw the lower ribs in, so not arching the back, going for a nice straight spine. Again, pull shoulder blades down away from ears. We're going to take a side stretch over to one side, press the opposite sit point down. Then back to centre and go the other side. And back to centre. Push up, up, up. Allow the shoulder blades to lift this time. And then on an exhale, releasing the hands, stretching them out. Coming all the way back to where we started. And just taking a moment again. And then from here, taking the fingertips or the hands to the floor behind you. Just lifting the heart space. So like just a little mini back bend. Think more about opening, lifting the collarbones, and definitely keeping the back of the neck long and happy. And then coming back to neutral. And then thinking about whichever way we have the hands interlaced, and just swapping the cross of the fingers so they're interlaced the other way. And we'll start again. So taking a wave through the wrists. Clicking, it's all good. One more like this, and then changing direction. Just noticing anything that you observe in the body. And then keeping the fingers interlaced this weird feeling way. Push forward, chin to chest, push the middle of the back backwards, so a few breaths here. And then taking the hands up, pushing up, pulling shoulder blades down, a few breaths here. Just noticing again, observing any differences. And then we will move to the breath, so exhaling forwards, inhaling, take the hands up. Exhale forwards. So the movement through the spine is almost a little bit like cat-cow. Exhale forwards. Inhale up. And we'll do one more of those. Exhale forwards. Inhale up. And then anchoring both sit points, taking a side stretch one side. See if you can keep the head kind of framed between the arms. And inhale back to center, and on an exhale, going the other side. Again, anchoring the sit points. And then back to center, pushing up again, allowing the shoulder blades to lift this time, find loads of length. Then on an exhale, stretching out, bringing the arms down, taking them down behind, so either fingertips or palms down, whatever works. And again, pressing into the fingertips, just lifting the heart space. So lower back is still moving forwards. It's not really a lean back, more of just a mini back bend. Breath or two more. And then release, and just a little flick out of the hands. You can do it with arms bent or arms straight, whatever works. Maybe a shake. Then as you are ready, we'll come over to hands and knees. So, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. And seeing as we've already done a little bit of cat-cow type motion, if you feel you want some more of that, feel free. If you want to move out in a slightly different way, feel free to do that too. So just a bit of movement, whether it's cat-cow or a bit more freestyle-y, whatever works for you. Again, just feeling into the wrists, feeling into the back, the shoulders, the knees, just seeing what's going on for you. And then from here, hips to heels, child's pose. You can either just be really soft in your child's pose, or if you want to make it more of an active shape today, you can press the sit points towards the heels, come up onto the fingertips and walk the hands forwards. So either a chance to really drop in and soften, or a chance to just start to warm up the shoulders and the back a little bit more. And then from here, spreading the hands, so pressing the whole of the hand down, spreading the fingers, tucking toes, downward facing dog. And again, you can stay still, or if you feel the need to just work into the ankles, the hamstrings, the hips a little bit, a nice slow pedal might work for you. And once you are done with your movement, your pedaling, just bringing it to stillness, checking in with today's down dog. And looking forward to the front of the mat, we'll take as many steps as we can, lifting the hips high, coming forwards to our halfway lift. Then on an exhale, folding, allowing the head to drop. And as we inhale, softening the knees, coming all the way up to standing, reaching for the ceiling, and exhaling, hands down. Have yourself another little check-in, so see what's going on in the body, finding Samasthiti or Tadasana. And just see, do you feel like you're standing evenly on both feet? Can we make it more of an active position here with legs working, pressing the feet down, drawing the leg muscles to bone all the way around the legs. Draw the lower ribs in, shoulders back and down. Get that sense of lifting the heart space without leaning back. And check the arms are working. Great. And then next inhale, we'll float the hands up towards the ceiling and exhale, folding all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, look forwards. Exhale, back to plank. Let's just pause in plank. So super strong arms and again super strong legs. Push the heels away, get the leg muscles working. Draw the belly muscles into the backbone. Breathe into the whole of the lungs. And then keeping the elbows quite close to the body, nice slow lower all the way down to the mat. So lowering, 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 lowering. And release. Untuck the toes, press the tops of the feet down. Check again, the shoulder blades are rolling back and the elbows are tucked in. Inhale up for a cobra. Exhale, release, tuck toes, push the floor away, come up, downward facing dog. Check your setup, settle into the pose and just breathe. Then looking forward to the front of the mat. Let's maybe go for a jump in this time. Inhaling to halfway lift, exhaling to fold, and inhaling, reach for the ceiling, exhale, release. We'll go straight into the Surya Namaskar A. So inhale, reach, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, plank, lower down, chaturanga this time if you can, forwards into upward facing dog, back into downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. So exhale for 1. Exhale 2. Exhale 3. Exhale 4. Exhale 5. So look to the front of the mat. Inhale forwards to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach. And exhale, release to standing. Let's go again. So inhale, float the hands up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank and to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Exhale 1. Just check, hands are spread, legs are active, long feeling spine. Exhale 3. Exhale for 4. Exhale 5, and then looking to the front of the mat, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Reach for the ceiling and exhale. Release. One more. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank, lower down, chaturanga. Forwards into upward facing. Back into downward facing. So slightly different this time. Get the legs working. Draw the belly into the backbone. On an exhale, come forwards to plank. And on an inhale, lift to downward facing dog. Exhale, forwards to plank, legs super strong, hands pressing down. Draw the belly in. Make that the starting point of our inhale, back to down dog. Exhale, plank. Inhale, down dog. Couple more of these. Make it a ripple, a wave if you can. Right, we'll just do one more. Inhale, back to down dog. And then this time we'll take the pressure off, dropping the knees, child's pose, or should you wish to be upright after all that down dog, just come to sitting or kneeling. Shut down the eyes for a couple of breaths, tune in to you. And as you are ready, we're going to come back to plank. If you have any wrist issues, my wrist is a little bit sore, so I'm going to plank on forearms. You can plank on hands or forearms, it's all good for this next one. So if, like me, you're a little bit niggly, feel free to take forearms, up to you. So, super strong plank. So press the upper body, so either hands or elbows, press them down into the mat. Just check you're not overly arched through the lumbar, so think about drawing the tailbone down away from the head, lifting the belly in, legs super strong, again. And then just thinking about keeping the hips the same height as one another, so not letting either hip lift, keeping the legs working hard. Just lift the right foot an inch off the mat. And breathe. And replace the right foot, hips nice and square, lift the left foot. Again, hips the same height as each other. Lower the left foot, drop to the knees, and again, either child's pose or just become upright if that works better for you. But take the pressure off, soften in, tune in. And then from here, we're going to come to hands and knees this time. So hands shoulder distance apart, fingers spread, straighten off the left leg, and then we're going to come into like a little half side plank. So lifting left hand, lifting left foot, hold and breathe. Think again about drawing the lower ribs in and sending the tailbone down away from the head. Neck in line with spine. Then on an exhale, coming back, oops, that was my knee, to hands and knees. And then taking this on the other side. Exhaling back to hands and knees. And moving through to the breath, so inhaling, going again on the first side. Exhaling back to hands and knees. Inhaling first side, second side rather. Exhaling back to centre. One more each side, so inhale, lift and open. Exhale, release. And one more, inhale. Exhale, release. And again, just take the pressure off, whether it's sitting, kneeling, child's pose, whatever works. Couple of breaths. Smooth out your exhales. So that's something which you might repeat if this next thing that I'm going to show you doesn't appeal. Actually, I'm not going to show you, let's just do it together. So come into plank on forearms. So strong legs, strong arms, and strong abs. So it's basically quite similar. We're going to come onto the side of the right foot, stack the feet, lift the left arm, so you can see how it's similar to what we just did. So if this is not working for you, drop it back to what we just did. On an exhale, come back to centre, and then on an inhale, second side. Lift the hips, stack them, reach for the ceiling. On an exhale, back to centre. So moving on every breath. Inhale, lift, stacking the feet, keeping the feet quite active. Exhaling back to plank. Inhale. And exhale. This time, see if you can lift the left foot entirely as you come into your side plank. Exhale back to centre. Lift the right foot. Ooh, don't fall over. Don't fall over, that would be embarrassing. And exhale, come back to centre. And either child's pose or again, just be upright, whatever works for you. If you need to grab a quick sip of water, now's a good time. Just tune into the breath. Noticing whatever is going on for you. And as you are ready, coming back to downward facing dog. Looking to the front of the mat, jump in, halfway lift, exhaling fold, inhale all the way up to standing reach for the ceiling, exhale drawing hands down. We're going to go again, inhale, float up, exhale fold, inhale, exhale, inhale upward facing dog, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg into a three-legged dog. Again, keeping the hips square to the mat. So belly button facing down towards the midline of the mat. Right toes facing down. Keep breathing. Exhale, come forward, knee to nose in your plank. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale. And inhale. One more of these, crunch in, lift the leg high into the body. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, step the right foot all the way forward between the hands. Great. So keep your hands on the mat to begin with. Get the glutes working, so pulling the legs towards each other, scissoring them in. Then just lifting the torso a fraction so you're not leaning on the leg. Lift the hands. Reach forwards. Then on an inhale, coming up to high lunge, reach for the ceiling. So dropping the tailbone, sinking lower, and seeing if then the back leg will straighten or not. And breathe. Get a little lower. And then with the arms still extended if you can, see if you can lift the back leg, straighten off the front leg, come up into a knee lift, and you can stay there, or you can fold forward over the leg, grab hold of the foot, so my knee hasn't really moved from my knee lift, and then see if you can straighten the leg. So it's like a nice fold over that extended leg. You can of course use a strap if that works for you. Keep pulling the legs together at the hips. And then bending the leg Again, so we're in that folded over knee lift, reaching the hands and the torso up to upright. Then with as much control as we can, stepping back into a lunge. Reaching forward, so we're reversing everything. Reaching down so the hands are just above the mat, and then sending them back down. Stepping back, down dog, and dropping down. Child's pose, or just be upright. Smooth out the breath. Just see whatever is going on for you. Notice anything arising. And just watch it bubble up, and then watch it leave again. And then, as you are ready, downward facing dog. So taking care to place the hands strongly, spreading the fingers. Tuck toes, lift hips. Inhale, lift the left leg. So again, hips nice and square to the mat, pressing the heart space back. On an exhale, come forward to plank, knee to nose. Inhale, back to three-legged dog. Exhale, come forwards, and inhale. One more of these. Exhale, forwards. Inhale, lift. Next time, stepping forward between the hands. Getting yourself a nice strong base, legs active. Then just lift the hands, float the torso a little. Reaching forwards. And then coming up to your lunge position. So dropping the tailbone, tipping the pelvis, and then seeing if the back leg will straighten. A few breaths here. And then with as much control as you can, coming up into a knee lift. Keeping the leg where it is. See if you can fold over, reach the foot. Maybe staying here, or maybe extending that bent leg, pressing into the hands of the foot and pulling the foot back with the hands. Just stay and breathe. And then bending the leg back in, releasing the foot, coming to your knee lift position with control, stepping back to a lunge, reaching forwards, and then down, and then placing hands down, stepping back, down dog, and once again, rest, whether that's child's pose or whatever, just tuning in to you, softening. Nice smooth exhales. And then from here, downward facing dog once again. Just check out how down dog feels after those standing balances. Notice any differences. So your legs might be telling you they've worked hard, or the back of the body might notice that you've stretched it out. Just whatever you observe. And that might be nothing, that's totally fine. Looking to the front of the mat, jump a step in, exhale, fold, inhale, reach for the ceiling, exhale, release. Great. Just need to check the time. Okay, so from here, inhale, Inhale. Exhale, back to plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Upward facing, downward facing. Inhale, lift right leg. Exhale, forward knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to the outside of the right arm. See if you can just hover there for a second. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee across the body. And we can stay, or we can straighten off that right leg. And again, we can stay, or we can come onto the side of the back foot, lift the left arm, and then maybe lift the right foot into a side plank variation. Lift and breathe, lift the hips, both legs working hard. Fantastic. Then you can stay, you can rest, you can come back to three-legged dog, and if it's in your practice, you can flip all the way over, so my left foot's still staying basically where it is, and come into a wild thing. Reach and breathe. One more breath, and then back to downward facing dog, and again, drop the knees, take child's pose or your version. Your body might be just thinking, what the hell was that? Just give it some time, slow down your exhales. Just giving the signals to the body that everything's okay, it's all good. No fight or flight response needed. Notice anything you are telling yourself, any internal stories. Last little bit of really hard work, coming into downward facing dog. We'll be taking that on the other side. So down dog. Inhale, lift left leg. Exhale, forward, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to the outside, same arm. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee across the body. So forwards into a plank position, straighten out the leg. Remember, you can stay here, this is great. You can come onto the side of the back foot, lift the right arm, lift that foot off the floor perhaps. Just stay and breathe. One more breath and smile. And then releasing the hands, coming back into three-legged dog. Right foot stays where it is. You can take any version or flip over into wild thing if it's in your practice. Stay and breathe. And then coming all the way back. Downward facing dog. Dropping knees. Child's pose. Soften in. Relax. Letting everything drop. Right. And then coming forwards to sitting. Find the bottom of the sit points, so remove any spare flesh from underneath the sit points. Just loosely hold onto the knees, sit tall. Notice what that feels like to have a nice upright spine. Straighten off the left leg, bring the right one in and out. And again, just checking everything's nicely balanced. Reach the hands up, pull the shoulder blades down, have a big breath in. Then on an exhale, we're going to twist to the right. You can keep the hands up, or if you need to, if you feel better in your body, you can of course bring the hands down. It's a little bit more active to keep them up to you. But again, pull the shoulder blades down, keep the arms super strong, belly muscles lifting in. And just breathe and smile. Just check your left foot is active, you're pressing the heel away. Collarbones lifting and opening. for 2 more. And inhale, untwist, belly button facing your extended leg. Exhale, fold over the left foot. So keeping the heart space open, try not to sink into the middle of the back, so keeping the shoulder blades pulling down even in this fold. And then gently releasing, coming all the way up to sitting. And having a little bit of easy movement, so it doesn't have to look like this specifically, but just a little bit of easy movement before we switch sides. And I'll just change ends. You obviously don't need to. Sitting tall, again, finding the bottom of the sit points, straightening off, right leg, bringing left one in and out, and again, just getting everything neatly balanced where you want it. Nice upright spine. Inhale, stretch the hands up, keep the right leg active, and again, you can keep the hands up, or you can bring them down if that's feeling more appropriate for you. Remember, it's your practice, it's your body. Stay safe. If you're happy, just stay and breathe. Inhale, gently untwist. So belly button facing your extended leg. And then next exhale, folding, keeping the heart space open. So shoulder blades moving back towards the waistline rather than forwards and curling. A nice long feelings through the whole of the spine, which includes the neck. And then gently walking the hands up, come to sitting tall. We're going to hug both knees in, little cosmic X shape, so hug in. You can drop the chin to the chest and push the middle of the back backwards. And then gently coming down, getting ready for Shavasana. So just getting yourself warm and comfortable, taking as much time as you need to make sure everything is all set for your Shavasana. And as you arrive, just allowing every sense of effort, every kind of active thing that you can identify in the body, just allowing that to fall away. Just observing the breath and allowing yourself to take this time to let the body assimilate everything we've just asked it to do. And if you find that you are distracted, just bringing yourself back to the body, to the breath. I'm going to leave it with you. Please try and stay as long as you can. Namaste, my lovelies. Thank you so much for practicing.